rare, unfortunately. Okay, so a little bit about the build. We can go here and here for now. So we'll go through items first. So what I'm using right now is, of course, the standard CTA. I actually need to put a spirit over here. Let me go do that. That'll be better, so I can get a higher level bow. Where's my spirit? Okay. So I start out with the standard, right, of just some battle orders, because that's always just good to have. Boost your life up, always great, right? Switching over into my main damage. Right now I'm using Death Fathom. I'm pretty sure this is best in slot for a cold source. Just absolutely amazing. The resistances are nice that they're added, whatever. Faster cast rate's nice. 3 to source skills, of course, is great. But 27% cold damage, absolutely amazing. It is so hard to find good cold damage plus percentages. And Death Fathom is just super, super good there. And, you know, what else are you going to put in that slot? Let's go to our... Is it this way? Yeah. You know what? I can put... Ashudas? No. Doesn't have cold. All right, no. Oculus, 3 source, 30 faster cast is nice. 20 vitality energy, has some res on it. That's nice. But 25% chance level 1 teleport when struck. Absolutely atrocious. Also, if you note my damage, it drops by about 1,500 on that blizzard when I have the Oculus. So you can see huge damage change from Oculus to Death Fathom. Okay. Am I going to facet it? Yeah, normally you would facet this, but I don't have any other slots. So I've got some cold skill facets. 4-4, 4-4, 4-3, 4-5, 3-4. No 5-5s, unfortunately, for the colds. One time it's also killed me before. Of course, for my spirit, I'm just using a 35 faster cast rate spirit. Pretty standard. Res, skills, blah, blah, blah. Once again, pretty sure that's best in slot. You could maybe J-mod for a 2020 if you really wanted a lot of damage, but you're going to have to find those resistances and faster cast rate and everything elsewhere. That's a tough one to swallow. For the MF and faster cast, I'm running the triple towels right now. This gets you some decent res, right? Cold, fire, light, 40. And then you also get some light res up here, some life mana, and the 65 MF, of course, is good, plus the 10 faster cast on each of these. This is the typical towel setup people run, is that they run the tri-res right there. Tau. Yeah, tell them you're watching my stream right now, Abraham. I'm running a Shaco. I'm using this over my Nightwings. My Nightwings is only 11%. That does add about 500 to 600 more blizzard damage. But I'm losing even more Magic Find, damage reduce, 145 life, 145 to mana. It's a lot to cut off just for 11% cold damage. So I just don't know. I should get a spirit with more mana. Yeah, I could roll a better spirit. Because it's also... the magic is good, actually. So it's just the mana's trash. Right. Moving to rings. 1 ring for some strength, right? Strength saves me points for vitality that I can use later. Really, though, I'm just using this kind of as a faster cast rate and resistances ring. I might have a better faster cast rate ring somewhere else, honestly. Those are all Ammies. Let's see what we have here. No, Nigel. Oh, that's a dual leech. Faster cast rate, dexterity energy, life, mana, cold res, poison res. That's pretty nice as well. But regardless, whatever. This one works for me. It's got some res on it. I'm happy with it. I'm using Mage Fist because I am a fire build. Otherwise, I would use the Trangs right here for the 30 cold res. Basically, your 2 choices that you really use as a sorceress. Fire, you use this. Cold, you use that. And then booties, I'm just using War Chavs because they have such high magic find. And then I have a perfect Nagel over here as well. Charms are just MFs and everything with some life and some resistance. And then Fire Skill GC and Geeds, Sorceress Torch, and an Annihilus. So that's kind of my setup right now. Other things that I option into, I'll sometimes wear Scolders for the plus skills and obviously the big MF from that. If I do that, then I might throw in a rack on or a gold wrap on, depending if I want faster cast rate or not. Depends what frames I'm going for with my faster cast rate. And then I have a 30 Maras as well that I pop on generally with that combination there. And then I'll also use this other Natal Ring. So that's kind of a slightly different take on this little setup. If I would, these 4 items I might replace, but with this setup, I'm generally not running 105 faster cast rate. So I also have things like Griffins. I've got kind of a light setup. I have this for 2 sword skills, 10 faster cast rate, which can help to get me to that 200 FCR frames right there if I want to be on the 200 or whatever I want, 115, 117, whatever it is. And let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of various things. I usually use this in my offhand right here. If I really want a ton of MF, I can get another 157 there and then 25 more from the Rhyme Shield. So this is usually my offhand if I want to run high MF. But right now I'm running more survivability because I want to get to level 98. Beyond that, my Mercenary is using Infinity for the Conviction Aura, obviously. Kira's for Cannot Be Frozen and the resistances, and then Fortitude for the enhanced damage and more resistances in life and things like that. Looking at my stats and tree, 156 strength, so I can use the Monarch Shield. Everything else Vitality. And then for my skill build, max, 1 point Cold Mastery, 1 point Frozen Armor, 111, max, and 1 point here as well. And the reason for that is because I want to buff this damage up pretty much as I can, get my Fireball damage up. Or this isn't max, these are 10 in each, and then I'm buffing as I go. So 10 there, 10 there, and then I keep like putting more into it as I can. But that's the best way to get like the most Fireball damage. 1, 10, 10, I think. Something like that. And then the reason I have 1 here is because it only all this does is do minus cold res to the enemy, but that's what Conviction does as well. So this plus the Conviction stack is going to cover more than enough monsters and bosses. No Ethfort? That is an Ethfort. So that's kind of what I'm running, what my character looks like right now. Some people say, why don't you run Lightning right now? If I wanted to run Lightning to be effective enough, I would have very little Magic Find. And I just don't want to deal with very, very tiny amounts of Magic Find. So, that is said character.